Hey everyone, it's your boy Story God. I'm back from that video. So y'all remember the war on drugs, right? You know, that war that got a lot of innocent black people locked up, ruined a lot of people's lives. You know, that thing that was done by that racist president. Well, with this in mind, I've decided to look up the addiction rate between different races. And I feel like this is very beneficial when it comes to addiction itself, because we only know so little about it for those of us who don't really dabble in that type of research. So I feel like this right here helps us better understand the complexity of addiction itself. So with that said, let's get right into it. Drug addiction's impact is felt across all demographic groups. However, some subsets of the American population are disproportionately affected by substance abuse, and access to addiction treatment does unfortunately differ, often by race and gender. To better understand addiction and its impact on different demographics groups in the U.S., we sometimes look at the effect that substance abuse has on different races that make up the U.S. population. As of 2018, around 20.3 million people 12 years or older reported having a substance use disorder in the past year. In this article, you'll learn more about the demographic breakdowns of races in the U.S., how substance abuse affects different races in the U.S., including white, Hispanic, Black Americans, as well as American Indian and Native Hawaiian people. Treatment and considerations. Demographic breakdown of the U.S. As of July 2019, the demographic breakdown by race in the U.S. was states as of July 2019, the demographic breakdown by race in the United States was as follows: white 60.1%, Hispanic or Latino 18.5%, Black or African American 13.1%, Asian American 5.9%, American Indian or Alaska Native 1.3%, Native Hawaiian or Earth Pacific Islander 0.3%. Alcohol and drug use by race. The 2018 National Survey on Drug Use and Health is a comprehensive collection of data that details substance use in the U.S. by many different demographic markers. When broken down by U.S. citizens with a substance use disorder in the past year, aged 12 or older in the race in 2018, we see that white 7.7%, Hispanic or Latino 7.1%, Black or African American 6.9%, Asian American 4.8%, American Indian or Alaska Native 10.1%, Native Hawaiian Earth Pacific Islander 9.3%. Read more to learn more. Lead on to learn more about how substance abuse affects different races in the U.S. Let's go. Substance abuse among white Americans. The United States Census Bureau defines white Americans as people in the U.S. who can trace their ancestry to Europe and the Middle East or North Africa. Because this demographic covers a large swath of people, white people are the largest race in the country. Below, you'll find the percentage of 12-year-old or older white Americans who used these substances in the past year. Illicit drug use, 20.2%. Marijuana, 16.5%. Cocaine, 2.1%. Methamphetamine, 0.8%. Misuse of prescription stimulants, 2.2%. Benzodiazepine, 2.3%. Opioids, including heroin, and persistent pain relievers, 3.8%. Tobacco, 29.4%. Alcohol use, 67%. The use of some of these substances, including tobacco and alcohol, does not mean that they have a substance use disorder. According to the 2018 NSDUHO 7.7% of white Americans aged 12 or older had a substance use disorder of any kind in the past year. White Americans, and specifically white men, experienced the highest rate of opioid misuse and death. From opioid overdose, over 35,000 white Americans died from opioid overdose in 2018. Part of this could be that there is not an effective addiction treatment in rural areas. 92% of addiction treatment faculties are in urban locations. In general, white Americans have fewer barriers to treatment than some other races in the U.S. However, Americans of any race in rural areas, those in poverty, and those with no health insurance coverage have a difficult time accessing addiction treatment. Hispanic, Latino, American substance abuse trends. People with ancestry from Cuba, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and South or Central America in the U.S. are called Hispanic or Latino Americans. While this subset of American population is a diverse mixture of individuals from various ethnicities, language, and cultures. This is second largest race demographic in the country and the fastest growing. Below, you'll find a percentage of 12-year-old or older Hispanic or Latino Americans who use these substances in the past year. Illegal drug use, 17.1%, marijuana, 13.6%, cocaine, 1.9%, methamphetamine, 0.7%, use of prescription stimulants, 1.4%, benzodiazepine, 1.9%, opioids, including heroin, and prescription pain relievers, 3.7%. Tobacco, 19.6%. Alcohol use, 57.9%. According to the 2018 SDUH, 7.1% Hispanic or Latino American aged 12 or older had a substance use disorder of any kind in the past year. There has been a significant increase in the marijuana use among Hispanic Americans aged 26 and up. This could be part to the utilization of marijuana at a state level among some states. Note that the federal government still classifies marijuana as an illicit substance. Substance abuse occurs more frequently among Latino Americans who also have a co-occurring mental health disorder, no matter the age. It's also common for someone from this population group who abuse one substance to abuse multiple substances, as well as mental health disorders. Unfortunately, co-occurring substance use and mental health disorders among Latino Americans is associated with suicidal thoughts, plans, and attempts. Hispanic have a strong sense of family, often differs from white American nuclear family. Hispanic culture places women in special place as the matriarchs of the family unit, as strict sanctions against women drinking. Those born within the U.S. or who have immigrated at a young age may have higher rates of substance abuse than those born abroad or immigrated later in life, as the stress of acculturating and attempting to conform to a new society may increase drug and alcohol usage. In general, Latino Americans have worse outcomes in addiction treatment programs, though little is known as to why, largely because the issue hasn't been studied well. Okay. Here we go. Substance abuse among Black Americans. The U.S. Census Bureau classifies African or Black Americans as people who have origins in any of the Black racial groups from Africa. Below, you'll find the percentage of 12-year-old or older Black Americans who used the following substances in the past year. Illicit drug use, 20.8%, marijuana, 17.8%, cocaine, 1.8%, methamphetamine, 0.2%, use of prescription stimulants, 0.9%, benzodiazepine, 1%, opioids including heroin and persistent pain relievers, 3.8%, tobacco, 27.2%, alcohol use, 57.3%. According to the 2018 Eurodata, 6.9% of African Americans aged 12 and older had a substance use disorder in the past year. The survey presented some positive trends, including a decline in alcohol use among Black Americans in middle and high school since 2015, around 25% reduction. Prescription opioid misuse has also seen a significant decline across all measured ages group in this subset. Similar to many other subsets of the population in the United States, Black Americans are seeing a significant increase in marijuana use in the last 3 years, particularly among the 26-year and older crowd. Even though there is notable increase in use, there hasn't been a similar rise in marijuana use disorder. Black Americans are seeing a disturbing trend in mental health disorders, including an increase in mental health illness, depressive episodes, suicidal thoughts, and co-occurring disorders. In fact, substance use and mental health disorders are very closely linked. Perhaps the most eye-opening trend among African Americans is the lack of treatment for substance use disorders. 88.7% diagnosed with a CUD do not seek out or receive addiction treatment. Discrimination and social pressures may play a role in substance abuse within the Black community. A study published by Purdue University found that 90% of those surveyed reported daily discrimination. A regular barrage of unfair treatment like this can lead to self-coping behaviors, sometimes resulting in substance abuse. Those reporting to the highest levels of discrimination in this study were also more likely to report a substance use disorder. Substance abuse among Asian Americans. Whew, I'm reading a lot. Okay, let's do this. Although the U.S. Census Bureau, as well as the 2018 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, collects data on Asian Americans and Native Hawaiian and other Pacific Islanders separately, provides its analysis on these two groups combined. These demographics have seen fairly significant increase in alcohol use disorder for 18 to 25-year-olds between 2016 and 2018, marijuana use among adults 26 and older, marijuana use by women in both this 18 to 25-year-old and 26-year-old age categories, cocaine use among 18 to 25-year-olds, the misuse of prescription stimulants in 18 to 25-year-old age category. Similar to other minorities, Asian addiction treatment is astronomically low. 96.2% of people in these demographic sets do not receive any kind of treatment for their substance abuse disorders. The following section includes specific information about both demographics. People with ancestry in the Far East, Southern Asia, Southeast Asian, and Indian subcontinent are considered Asian Americans are considered Asian Americans by the U.S. Census Bureau. Below, you'll find the percentage of 12-year-old or older Asian Americans who used the following substances in the past year: illicit drug use 11.2%, marijuana 8.9%, cocaine 1.4%, methamphetamine 0.2%, misuse of prescription stimulants 1.6%, benzodiazepine 0.7%, opioids including heroin and persistent pain relievers 0.4%, tobacco 12.8%, alcohol use 53.6%. According to the 2018 blank, 4.8% of Asian Americans aged 12 and older had a substance use disorder in the past year. Asian Americans seem to have the lowest rates of substance abuse. However, statistics may not paint a complete picture, as this group may often be underrepresented. I know what it is. I just can't pronounce it right. underrepresented, oppressed. In data models, Asian Americans are sometimes considered a model minority. That is, they are often detected as successfully willing to work hard and are considered less likely to be involved in crime or substance abuse. Underrepresented. Damn. Okay, I'm trying to pronounce it. Underrepresented. Oh my god. Well, y'all already know what that is. It's not oppressed. It essentially means they're not really looked closely. They're not really monitored like us. So, yeah. This outlook on Asian Americans can even be held within its own communities. Damn. Drug or alcohol abuse may be viewed as absurd, abhorrent, or unusual to the culture, thereby stigmatizing substance abusing individuals and potentially making it less likely that Asian Americans will seek treatment for addiction. Cultural constraints may dictate that substance abuse and addiction is something to be handled within the family. Family dysfunction may be considered a private affair and not up for discussion publicly or even within the family, creating a potential social stigma that may act as a barrier to treatment. Native Hawaii and other Pacific Islanders. Oh my god, okay. So we do it, guys? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. The U.S. Census Bureau categorized Native Hawaiian and other Pacific Islanders as any original people from Hawaii, Guma, Samoa. No, there's not Samoa. I don't know. Or other Pacific Islands. Is it Samoa? I think it is Samoa. Yeah. Below, you'll find the percentage of 12-year-old or older who used the following substances in the past year. Illicit drug use, 21.2%. Marijuana, 17.7%. Cocaine, 1.6%. Methamphetamine, 1.8%. Use of stimulants, 1.4%. Benzodiazepine, 8.4%. Opioids, including heroin and specific pain relievers, 1.4%. Tobacco use, 33.6%. Alcohol use, 54.3%. According to this 2018, that, whatever that is, 9.3% of Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islanders aged 12 or older had a substance use disorder in the past year. NHOP tend to abuse substance at rates much higher than the national average and higher than any other minority group. This may be due to the fact that many live on islands that may have limited care available and depressed economics. In addition, easy and regular access to drugs and alcohol at a young age may be common, and NHOPS may be less likely to seek out health or care than other population groups. These people may abuse stimulant drugs more often than other ethnic groups, as these drugs are common in their cultures. These drugs may be affordable and easy to obtain. Oh man, I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna stop there. So yeah. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, it's looking pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. At least they give you a good idea of what to like. They gave you like a detailed explanation on why this might be and this and that, which I feel like is better than nothing. So yeah,